Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 28th of November. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now I'm going to give you a broader overview of what to expect, but please stay with me. I will then dive deep to give you, in forensic detail, all the key dates and influences particularly relevant to your sign. Now, Mars has been in a really difficult alliance with Neptune since the start of October. And by the end of this week, that comes to a close. But also this week, Mars is forging a very structurally helpful angle to Saturn. Now, they're both in air signs, and although Mars is continuing to retreat backwards through to the 12th of January, the angle to Saturn means that where we think things through or discuss things in a very well thought through manner, the chances are that this plan or project can gain traction. So that's really helpful. Now we do have that sparkling alliance between Mercury and Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, and that's opposite Mars this week, but that can create some flirty moments, certainly some vivacious energy, but also the square between Saturn and Uranus, which is dominated within 3 degrees of the exact square over the last couple of years. By the end of this week, that also comes to a close. And also by Sunday at the end of this week, Neptune ends its long retrograde too. So the innovation that Neptune square with Mars has created is going to ease, particularly with Saturn's support of Mars. It is true that we still need to be aware that Mars's retrograde can cause frustrations when things aren't moving as quickly as we would like. But in general, we are coming to the end of a very difficult and intense period of time, and we're still bathing in the energy of that Sagittarius new moon. So a more progressive time, things are going to start to feel much less frustrating. If you would like to ascend above this zodiac presentation and understand what your personal prospects are for 2023 based on your astrological data of time, date and place of birth, I can give you your forecast plus the rest of this year 3, and in my special package of 30% off, also your life roadmap, your character analysis. All this information will give you searing insights to guide your moves future forwards. Please see the link below. Also, if you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. And if you already are subscribed, thank you so much for your support and all your views. So Aries, your week commencing the 28th of November forecast sees Mars, your ruling planet, very much at the heart of activities. Now it's forging that impressive link with Saturn. Saturn for you is in the part of your situation to do with your future hopes, but also your friendships. Saturn is a restrictive influence, of course, but Mars in your sector of everyday communication may be in a retrograde. But I feel that if you're planning something for your future or having discussions, because they're both in air signs, the way that this energy and information is shared can become much more meaningful and clear after quite a foggy and bogged down and probably at times a rather enervating period. If you feel through October and November that you haven't had quite the same wherewithal in terms of your thrust, enthusiasm and drive, it is because Neptune has been in a draining angle with Mars. By the end of this week, Neptune ends its retrograde and also ends its right angle to Mars within 3 degrees. Now, of course, the other big aspect that's been going on also features Saturn. Saturn has been squaring up Uranus in your second house of everyday resources, and you may feel or have felt quite uncertain about where things are heading. Even over the last couple of years, there may have been some frustrations or limitations, particularly if you wanted to change things up and approach things with a more innovative angle. It's not always been easy to blend your idealism with the pragmatism of what your everyday finances demands of you. But this week also sees Venus and Mercury continuing their really joyful alliance in your sister fire sign of Sagittarius. If you are able to break out this week and do something more spontaneous, I think that can be a really good thing to do. You could have a passionate discussion with Mars in an opposition to Mercury, and it is going to be important not to get too caught up in debates, because I feel what Venus is kind of saying to you is that take the lighter and frothier energy of Venus and Mercury rather than taking differences of opinion or your ideals quite so seriously. I think after what has been a very, very intense time for us all collectively, if you can have some fun, some banter, some more frivolous moments, I would really embrace those with all your might.